Kingsmill Bond is a Russia strategist at Citigroup, and he joins me now live from Moscow. Nice to have you on the program.
Morning.
Isn't it astonishing that U.S. companies, U.S. industry, are actually paying less for their gas now than their counterparts in Russia?
It is quite extraordinary. In the Russian market, gas used to cost $10 per 1,000 cubic meters. We've just seen a radical transformation of prices in this market in the same time as US prices have fallen, so it's definitely the end of an era.
Why are they doing this now? Why the push to make Gazprom more profitable at this point in time?
Well, I think the change actually of gas prices in Russia has been a long, slow build over the years, and the government's plan is to continue to increase gas prices here. The interesting question is, what does it mean? What does this end of an era mean? And we think that it means that Gazprom will be run much more effectively and efficiently and for its shareholders. And then, lo and behold, yesterday we got some very interesting news that the management board had proposed a dividend of $200 billion rubles for Gazprom for the next 3 years, which is about a 4 or 5% dividend yield, which is again completely different.
And which they actually have to raise money to achieve.
Sorry?
And they actually have to raise money to achieve that dividend.
No, I think the point here is that now that Gazprom is no longer so obviously subsidizing the Russian economy, actually it needs to be run more effectively. And one of the reflections of that is the government wants some money back out through dividends. So it's very important for shareholders. And I think I would like to make one other point, which is that what the government is now doing for Gazprom, they may start to do for other government-controlled companies, and we may see higher dividends across the board in Russia. It makes the Russian investment story much more normal. Right,
I understand, but how does this change? How does this impact the Russian economy and its dependence on this sector?
Well, clearly it means that companies, over time, companies which depend on buying cheap gas and turning it into something else, be it steel or aluminium or fertilizer, those companies will gradually be and then increasingly be squeezed, and they'll have to add more value in a more conventional way.
What can you tell us about the political environment in Russia at the moment? We've got parliamentary elections this weekend. The United Russia Party, Putin's party, expected to be hit a little bit, but there isn't really an alternative, is there? So is it a protest vote?
It's a very febrile atmosphere at the moment in Moscow, with a lot of discontent, which people find it hard to express. I think what we will see is that United Russia will lose its constitutional majority, and that there will be some degree of protest against the system. That then may manifest itself in maybe the authorities indulging in more nationalist politics and potentially more ostensible reform. We'll need to see what the results bring on Sunday.
Kingsmill Bond, Citigroup Chief Strategist, thanks very much for being with us.